I have heard you that this is going to be very difficult to predict. However, one of the most interesting descriptions of quantum mechanics I heard is that yes, while all things are simply probabilistic, the world that you see is the most likely. And I thought that was a really great explanation. Frame. So assuming that, knowing that no matter how many times you drop the pebble, it'll be different, but there's a most likely sort of cluster of effects.
Yeah, think of it as a stock market chart, right? You never have a clear straight line. It's always a choppy, and then it stabilizes, then it has a breakthrough moment, and then it's choppy again. It's kind of like that. I think that's the pattern that we see.
Okay. What causes that? Like, I can actually explain economically what's going on in terms of human greed, fear, and the way that cultural energy will move through a medium that can be an economic medium. So you can actually see cultural energy move through a stock market. If anybody paying attention to Bitcoin, I will just tell you right now, that is simply a cultural idea that is spreading through the medium of cryptocurrency. I won't derail the conversation on that, but like with that in mind, that to me, my base assumption about those jagged lines is that is the human brain responding in a somewhat predictable way, and you can watch that idea ripple through, including sort of bounding it. So it's only going to go up so high and it's only going to go down so low. And so you see this sort of bounding fluctuation. And you can look back through history and you see that same sort of bounded fluctuation. Now, those bounded fluctuations, to me, are terrifying. And if you read history, because, like I said, the long arc is bending towards prosperity for all. And if you zoom out long enough on human timescales, it's unbelievable the progress made. Oh my God. But that does not help the guy whose family all gets rolled up in rugs by the Mongols and trampled to death.
Yes.
Like, that's just no consolation. So I'm saying we're all that guy. Right? We all live one life.
Yes.
We are bounded from a time perspective so far. And so it matters to me a lot where I am on these jagged lines. So going back to AI, what are these jagged lines? Do you buy into my thesis or do you have a different one?
Oh, I agree with you, but with some caveats. So for example, the economic outcomes of AI, I think, are pretty clear in terms of what's going to happen. I think we're going to see massive productivity gains across the board. The challenge we have is the underlying system is flawed in terms of economic development and economic growth, right? Our entire system, global system, money is the main mode of discourse in the world today. And it's good because if you think of money as a form of energy, we freed money, energy from religious structures and feudal systems, and then the power of ideas came along and the power of technology came along, and now it flows very nicely, very quickly to new ideas and good ideas. Via venture capital, via private equity, Bitcoin, new ideas can pop up and money will flow where the best ideas are. So that's fantastic at one level. But we're moving from money as a main mode of discourse in the world to information as a main mode of discourse in the world. So for example,